Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another Hangout with Astropreneur. For those who want to come in and have a chat with me on screen, the link is at the top of your YouTube chat. There's a pinned link up there. Click on that link, the StreamYard link. Before you click on that link, please mute your YouTube because we'll get audio feedback and it messes something up. So if you have anyone out there wants to come in and say hi, please feel free to do so. Let's see who's in chat. Hey, Jerry, how are you? You're always welcome to come join. I know you've been hanging out with Sam Prentice all afternoon, but if you want to come in and join, you're more than welcome. So, this is a casual hangout. We talk about whatever we're doing. So everyone is welcome to come in and join the conversation if they wish to. I will talk about. I've been doing some resin testing over the weekend, and I came up with an interesting solution. So normally I like to do practical functioning prints rather than doing prints that are one-time use or that are models and so on. That's not really what I'm into other than the space-related stuff. So I did a bit of digging, and the resin I was sent was actually flesh-colored resin. And it's an interesting color to work with. It's not the same color as my skin tone, but it's flesh-colored resin somewhere for somebody. So I decided to do a functional print. And what I ended up with, and I've done a review. I'm just actually editing the review right now, but I've done a review. And what I printed was a prosthetic hand. And it works. Hey, HVAC, how are you? Come in and join the conversation if you want. The link is at the top of the YouTube chat. There's a pinned link there. Click on that and you come in and join the StreamYard if you wish to. So I don't know whose flesh color, but it's not my skin tone, as you can see. I'm a little darker than this color, but this is this is printed out of resin. It's 100%. There's infill. There is no hollowing out of this because I wanted some structural strength. And it's by a group called Enable, and they have a series of these hands. This is just one of the models, and this is the size for a child, but you can actually upscale it to suit different people. Yeah, I think it's really cool, and anybody with a 3D printer can actually make these. Go to enable.org, I believe, is their website. Check them out. So this is actually a functioning. All the pins and so on in this are 3D printed. The only metal parts in the whole thing are the tensioner screws that I actually happen to have in the box. And it's used by some twine, which controls the fingers when bent, right? And some elastic, some braided elastic, which actually goes through the top of the fingers. Oh, okay. It comes through the top of the fingers, and the elastic comes through the top of the fingers, and it's tied off here, which actually keeps the hand in the open position. So when the string is pulled, the string activates the fingers, and the elastic brings it back into normal position. So it's kind of cool. So I have a functioning resin printed hand. Now, I had to use some PTFE lube on it because it was a bit tight, and even though I cleaned it up, like I filed some of the areas, it was still a little bit stiff on some of the joints. So I coated everything with some PTFE, some dry PTFE lube, and now it functions flawlessly. Isn't that kind of cool? And it's for somebody with a wrist that has a wrist but no fingers, so they can actually bend. What they do is they bend their wrist, and it causes the hand to do this motion when they bend their wrist. Games. Hey, Sergio. Okay, Jerry. OC Games. Okay, talking about gaming. Yeah, I think it's super cool. I actually really like this, and I'm probably going to get more involved in this project because it's kind of cool that you can actually make a hand for somebody. And what they do is if you register with them as a maker, you can make the product, the parts, and ship it to them. You don't have to assemble it; they can assemble it, or they'll have people who volunteer to do the assembly, people who volunteer to do the making, and then they have people who do it all, like finished product like this. And you can actually, and what they often do is people do a left hand and a right hand, because one person might need one hand of them, and the other person might need another. And some people do print them in various sizes. Rectify. Tron, yeah. I can't remember the last time I watched Tron, so I don't remember. I'm sorry. But I think it's a pretty cool 3D print. Now, this was done out of resin, which is probably not recommended overall because resin is brittle. It tends to break. So what they do recommend is either is ABS or PETG, and I would say PETG over ABS because I don't like ABS for the obvious reasons when you print it. But and PETG is better. It's got a bit more flex, and it's better than PLA. It's got a little bit more. Poor Liam. I don't know why you're saying poor Liam now. I can imagine. Come in and explain yourself. Yeah, well, yes, you can grab stuff with it. Actually, I don't have anything here. Let me try something small because this is for a child's hand. I assume the answer would be yes. So yes, you can. So yes, you can grab some stuff. Obviously, you won't be able to pick everything up with it. Now, and there is various models out there as well. There's they even have some new models now that are printed down mostly out of TPU. So it looks like an actual human hand, and the knuckles are, even though each of the knuckles are printed, you actually 3D print TPU that goes into the knuckles. So there's no need for the elastic anymore to pull the finger straight because they will naturally come back straight when they're printed with TPU, like Ninja Flex. Actually slides in and makes up the joints. And the nice thing about that design, about these all of these designs, what is it? I haven't watched Legacy Tron in years. Movie lines tend to stick in my head. Yeah, I don't think I have any room left in my head to put movie lines in there. I remember some, but not all. So, but the nice thing is, all of this is actually is easily repaired. So if something breaks, you pop out a section, you pop out this pin, these two fingers come off, you can replace them. Or if the end of one finger breaks off, you pop out this pin and you put on a new finger, attach it, and then attach up the elastic on one side and a string on the other, and you're done. So it's actually, you can repair it yourself. And if somebody has a 3D printer at home, they can just make it themselves if they have to do repairs on their own machine, on their own prosthetic. So a normal prosthetic will cost you about, for a hand like this, is about $6,000. Right? Now, it wouldn't look like this, but it'd be for a hand, a prosthetic hand, is about $6,000. One that actually moves and functions like this does. This you can make for less than $50. It took the vast majority of one container, 500 ml container of resin. But in PETG, it's probably a 2-day print out of PETG, and you have a functioning prosthetic hand. Kind of cool. Limitless mind. Who? I do not have a limitless mind. I have to take something out to put something else back in. I had to fix a certain yeah, I kind of joked with Jerry about that last week on his stream over the weekend. But then, and you can also get what they also recommend. You can get these silicone fingertips that people would use when they're picking up hot stuff, like a 3D printing pen and so on. They can actually slide over the fingertips to give a better grip. These are very smooth because they're resin printed. But if you put the silicone grips on the ends, then it would actually pick up items a lot easier. So it's kind of cool. So remember, guys, if you want to come in and join the chat, and not just have to listen to me ramble on and on and on, The link is on the top of your YouTube. In the top of chat, there is a permanent link there. Click on that to come in and join the conversation with me. If you want to, if you're going to do that, please mute your YouTube before you click on the link, because we'll get audio feedback and it will just mess everything else up. It'll just cause problems for a moment on the audio. Your mind doesn't trap so much. Yeah, I have that problem too. I have a fixed amount of memory storage, and when I need to put something else in there, I have to take something else out, because a lot of it's filled with useless garbage. So useless information, I think. Oh, who saw the SpaceX launch today? Anybody? No one? They launched and landed a booster for the 8th time. So this one has been used 8 times before this, including today. It was kind of cool to watch. I replaced my RAM. I can't replace my RAM. I can't upgrade it. I'm an old model. It doesn't work that way. I can't get memory anymore. So for me, it's a fixed amount, and I have to make an exchange every now and again. Audio feedback is the thing on mobile, but I can't watch chat when I join. Well, I'll put the chat up on the screen if you want, so as I do right now. So it's up to you. Oh, you were at work, Amanda, teaching? That's a tough job. I don't envy you. I'm sorry, I do not envy you. When I do sciencey stuff, when I teach and do outreach stuff for science, it's fun because I'm enjoying what I'm doing when I'm doing the sciencey outreach, right? Because it's fun for me to show other people cool stuff like that. But to do it as a career, I couldn't. Well, you were learning instead. Okay. Johnny Mnemonic. Well, it's always good to do a bit of both. Try and learn one thing a day. Even if that one thing that you learn makes you forget something else, it's okay. You should always learn one thing a day. That's my problem. So we have 7 people out there. Come on, guys. Come in and join the conversation. You don't want to listen to me ramble on for hours on end. You know I can do it. No? Say, anytime you want to join our class, you're welcome. Oh, you're a coach for educators. That might be interesting. Is it online? You'll have to, if it is online, you have to let me know what it is and what topic is going to be. But yeah, that might be interesting if I to join the class. I have joined other classes. I've done talks for schools and stuff. It's hybrid. Okay, so when you're online, I could listen in. And we can creep people out by putting this hand up front of the screen doing this with nobody else on the screen. Freak the kids out. Only if you want to watch me eat my supper. Not likely good stream material. Maybe after, since it's spring break. I don't know what spring break is. I'm saying that, obviously. I know what spring break is, but with the way work is for me, there's no such thing as spring break. People are like, normally people say they're busy, they say they're up to here. Mine starts about here right now. Oh, I may have a live unboxing coming up this weekend if the delivery goes on schedule. So I'm coming up on, I have a 10 log D3 IDEX printer. That will mean I have the trifecta of the budget IDEX printers of the same size and similar configuration. I will have the trifecta of all of them coming this weekend. So that might be an interesting build. Let's see. Mesh mixer. Yes, mesh mixer is. It depends what you're doing. If you're using it for slicing up stuff or repairing, it's not so bad. If you're using it to create something, then there's a bit more involved in it. is when you break things in spring. Um, well, at the way things are going right now, I'll be outside with the lawnmower this weekend. So does that count as breaking something? I don't have to get the kids to bed as early as might be able to jump in shortly. Okay, you're welcome to join whenever you're ready. Mesh Mixer can be fun. I use Mesh Mixer to repair. I use yeah. Let me try it again. I use Mesh Mixer. That sounded better. To do repairs, I use it to break models up if I need to. I use it for tweaking some settings, and like if I have a model and it doesn't sit properly on the bed, and I know it should be flat, which does happen. Let's admit it. When we download stuff from Thingiverse, stuff is not going to be perfect. There's always stuff that needs to be do some repair on it. So I will bring it into Mesh Mixer and I will fix it, or I will slice off the base of it or something like that to get it to work. Let's see. Sure. Just grow vegetables, then no lawn to mow. I like the grass. My dog likes the grass. She likes to sit outside in the grass for hours and then just staring at people going by. So, but I am actually putting a vegetable garden in the backyard. I might even start this weekend if the weather's okay. It's not looking great right now, but if the weather is okay, I will probably start. I've started the plants already in the house, and they're already starting to grow. So I'm going to get ready to transfer them outside now. We hit almost 80 degrees today, which is kind of unusual for us this early in the year. So yeah, so if that printer comes in Friday as it's scheduled to, I'll be doing an unboxing of the 10-lug D3 Pro on Saturday morning, about 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll do a full setup, live unboxing of that. And then at some point, 82 here. Yeah, we had similar temperatures here. Yeah, and for April, that's really unusual. It wouldn't surprise me if we get snow next week because of it, but it will mean I have all three of the budget level, same size, similar configuration IDEX printers that are out there. And then I will do a head to head against the three of them to see which is, or what people think is the best. I will not make a judgment. I will try them out. I'll give my feedback and let people make a decision on their own. 77. Our sun is not down yet, but it's setting. The sun is still shining somewhat outside. It won't set for another, I'd say within the next hour, the sun will set here. About 8:30 is about 8:30 is when it will go down. But yeah, so that was so that should be, if you're interested in the live unboxing this weekend. if the printer turns up Friday as planned, I will send out a notice of a live unboxing. It will be on YouTube. This is you're in. No, I'm not. No, I'm in EST. I'm Eastern Time Zone. I'm in Michigan. Hey, Jack, could you come in and join us? You're egging on old curmudgeon to come on. You should do it also. Actually, I don't think you've been on here before. I don't believe you have. So who votes that HVAC should come in and join? I think he should. I don't know what that oops was about, but okay. Yeah, I know you will. Yeah, you're busy eating right now. Okay, old curmudgeon votes 1. Who else is going to vote that HVAC should come join? And what about the rest of you guys? Like Dominic or I think Dominic should come in and Amanda should come in and And I got a special banner created when Amanda comes on when we start talking. If she starts talking science, and Old Curmudgeon when we start talking science. So you have to give me a reason to use it. The new banner is this. So you have to give me a reason to use it. Working on some proposals, I need to get out to it. Okay. Work. Bad excuse. Multitask. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, what's going on?
Everything's good, and you?
Can you hear me okay?
Audio's a little low, but you can tweak that in the app.
I spent over 2 hours last night going into StreamYard by myself and recording, not going live, about 20 times to try to get my sounds working right. I got it perfect. And now today when I went to log in Sam's stream, I turned everything back on, and now it was screwed up.
I don't know what's going on. You have no luck with that setup. Yeah, the new banner. Yeah, what do you think of the new banner?
Is that playing?
That we can hear it through your microphone, though.
Oh, you're still hearing it wrong?
No, okay. We can hear it, but it sounds like it's coming through your mic.
I had a fix yesterday, and I taped it and rewatched it, but I was trying to pick a setting while you were going live to try to get it right, and it's still okay. It's wrong. All right.
What do you think of the new banner?
Which new banner?
This one. When we start talking science.
Oh, nerd alert, nerd alert. Yeah, I didn't know they launched today. It wasn't one of the SN15, or was it?
No. They launched Starlink. They were doing another set of Starlink satellites.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those always go up without a hitch. Yeah. I just wish that they had a launch in the fog last week, because if something's going to go wrong, we want to see it, you know?
What do you mean launch? Oh, yeah, last week, yeah. Well, they actually came out and told us what it was. There was a plumbing issue, and there was a leak, and that's what caused it to blow. And they're going to put with SN11. The next one is SN15. They're actually skipping numbers, and SN15 has a huge amount of changes compared to SN11. Because all they've learned so far, they're building into it. That's your Lazy Susan, I see.
Yeah, I finally got all the balls put in it, and it seems to work okay. I lubed up the balls before I put them in. I shoved them in the little hole right there. About 125 of them.
That must have been fun.
Anyway. Yeah, what kind of job was that hand for?
It was it's not actually made for. I didn't make it for somebody. I like to do functional parts, and I like to do something because it was skin toned. I wanted to do something that was skin toned and functional, skin toned, hand kind of.
Yeah, skin tone is best. Yeah, I intentionally made my comment backwards so I wouldn't sound obnoxious.
Oh yeah, loud bearings. But
yeah, they're plastic.
Nice, they're plastic. It came out well, isn't it? And the functions.
Yeah, looks good.
I wonder if I could get a metallic resin and they could do it like a Terminator hand. That would be cool. I've done FDM.
You could prime it and chrome it. You could chrome it.
Yeah, I've done FDM of gold and red in the past of the Iron Man hand. And that was actually for somebody.
Yeah, they got silver Metallica filament that I've used quite a bit of.
Okay. I like the G-Tech Shiny Silver is a good filament as well. It's going to use silver. But yeah. But it works. It worked. Now resin is not the perfect material for this because it cracks. Even adding tenacious would decrease.
I'm sure they have the right type of resin out there. We just have to know what it is. It's like they use resin for teeth. So there is the right resin that can be used in hand. I just don't know what it is, or, somebody watching this in that kind of industry might know. But there is stuff out there that would probably work.
Oh, there is. I know Joe Telling has been testing on hardness testing. He 3D printed resin golf club heads. Remember, did you see that episode?
The what?
The Joel Telling one, the 3D printing nerd. he actually did some hard resin testing, and he 3D printed golf club heads, driver heads, and
Well, I didn't see that.
yeah, and some they cracked because of the impact, but others would just shatter to pieces. So
You don't need much bandwidth, Dominic. Oh yeah, Dominic's dropped in before. You can drop in on your cell phone too. Cell phone, if not your internet. But yeah, everything goes through StreamYard, so you don't need really need that much bandwidth usually. But then again, I did upgrade my internet here because of StreamYard, so I'm kind of contradicting what I'm saying. They say you don't need much, but I think you do to get good quality.
But it's So what are you working on? I know you're working on your droid.
Working on the droid, I kind of got a weird headache. I don't feel dizzy. I just feel slightly off. And I'm working on this right here. That's a track assembly. I'm working on that.
Oh, that's
I'm waiting on some more.
Okay, that's to drive the tracks, yeah.
I'm waiting on some 50 millimeter screws to come in the mail so I can screw the other half to it, the other half of this wheel to it. I couldn't find any at a couple of places I checked here in town, so I'll order them. They should be here sometime today.
Cool.
Or tomorrow. But with USPS, you never know. They're idiots.
Yeah, I've had some serious delays with USPS. I've even had an Amazon order that they decided to ship it through USPS, and it took 15 days to get here. Whereas,
one carrier gets it, they give you tracking, then they pass them off to somebody else, and you got to wait for them to get around to delivering it. USPS sent me an email that said my delivery on Friday was undeliverable. I live 2 doors from the mailbox. There's a lockbox down the street, 2 houses. They can set it over my fence, or they can ring my doorbell. And then the next day said it was delivered in the mailbox. No, it wasn't, but it finally came Monday. So you can't call them. Oh, and here's something really bad. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. What's up?
how are you?
And then what's really bad is I couldn't get through to USPS after 10 phone calls. So I went down and found the mail lady. She's putting the mail in the box, but she's deaf. The mail lady can't hear me, so I can't talk to her in person. It's like, what, I can't get through on the phone. And then I see a mailman. I try to talk to her. That's all she had to say. And she couldn't talk. So
You could always write it down for them. Most of the time, they can read lips.
yeah, well, my mustache is in the way and I don't have any teeth, so she probably wouldn't understand me. She'd probably go right back to me. How you been? I haven't seen you in a long time.
You're on mute.
Oh, I've been here. I just, everybody streams at a bad time. I can't join in.
Okay.
Well, I do this time on a Wednesday because other people do Thursdays, and Jerry does Fridays and or sometimes Saturdays.
I do whenever, yeah.
And Joe Telling often does Friday night. And there's a lot of Edutech does it too. He does Tuesdays a lot of times. Mondays or Tuesdays.
Monday night.
Mondays. So it varies so much. It's hard. The middle of the week seems to be the only sweet spot I can find where, and even then I run into Tripod doing stuff or Sam or somebody else doing stuff.
I used to do every Wednesday.
I'm not complaining. It's just things around here about this time of evening. It's time to put the kiddo to bed, and I don't want that stuff getting out on stream anyway.
Yeah.
I used to do Wednesday at 5 o'clock when I had a guest on every week, but I got tired of messaging people. I'm not tired. I just haven't done it in a while. So
yeah, I used to do the interviews of the companies on Thursdays, but ever since Chinese New Year, that's kind of dried up. But they're starting to respond more and more nowadays. Again, they're starting to get more and more responses. So, and I know I have other work coming up. I know I have more reviews coming up. I have one from Maker Pi at some point that they have a new machine. They're going to go Kickstarter with that machine, but I've been dealing with the guys somewhat, so I probably have a machine coming from them. And I know there's the marketing firm that I deal with in China. They have some other printers coming up later on, and possibly even some 3D scanners that might be coming up. So I might have those coming my way for review and stuff in the coming weeks and months. It's a bit
Let me know who you're talking to about a 3D scanner. I'd like to contact them. Maybe I can do a video on it.
Well, it's not built yet, so yeah. It's the marketing firm I'm dealing with in China, and they help companies with Kickstarters internationally. So I can reach out to them and let them know. But
Okay.
they do a lot of stuff. Like they do gaming stuff and everything. You know, they do a mixture of everything and anything. They do a mixture of everything and anything, but anything to do with Kickstarter, they basically help do the marketing. They get them set up a Kickstarter. They run the campaigns for them and all this kind of stuff. You know.
Hello, Chris Travis. How you doing?
Hey, Chris. I didn't see your message.
Hey, Chris.
The link is there. Sorry, go ahead.
Of course, I say that, but I can't see chat from here, so whatever.
Well, as I said, I pop it up on the screen.
Is my mic any better now?
Sounds like it's a little overdriven.
Yeah.
Overdriven?
Well, I turned up
a little bit of distortion in the low frequency.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to, I don't know. I had all this set up right, and then I went to bed, turned it all off, restarted it, now it's messed up again.
That was your mistake. You turned it off.
Yeah, my work computer never gets powered off. Because I never stop working, so it's never powered off.
I just found out the other day on another stream, I checked Amazon. I bought parts for my PC 7 years ago.
Timed up good.
Yeah. Money doesn't go as far as it used to.
No.
So I can't really justify spending $1,200 on a PC right now when this one's still working.
Yeah, when I upgraded my other computer, it cost me like $4,500, and I built it myself. And 3 or 4 years later, I mean, the video card was $1,100. The monitor was around $1,100, and money just goes. And then 3 or 4 years later, you know,
it's out of date. Well, it's out of date 12 months later. If you build a computer, is out of date 12 months later. Because if you put in the high-end NVIDIA today, in 6 months they've released a new NVIDIA card. Or 8 months' time, they've released a new NVIDIA. You put in a 6-core processor, right, to be the state of the art. Like 6 months later, they're shipping 8-core processors, right? So you can never keep up. Oh,
whoops!
Jerry's playing around with these settings. Jerry, your video is gone.
Looks like he turned his camera off.
Yeah, but there's a lot of...
You're done with your supper and you want your treats now. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm still here. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right. I got to give the dog a treat. I'll be just a minute.
He has to give treats to the puppy.
Yeah, I turned off OBS. Now I'm just playing with my microphone and try to get the right setting here.
Well, we can hear you fine. No, I don't think that's okay. So other than your bot, what else are you working on?
A video for my Comgrow laser from Creality they sent me.
Which one is it? The small one?
Yeah, the little one you put on Ender 3.
Oh, it's the
I'm trying to find what software will easily work with it so I can finish my video that I started like 3 weeks ago.
You could use
I've got Lightburn hooked up to it. It isn't talking to it properly. I've downloaded their software, which is crap. And I've tried Inkscape, so I'm just trying to work it out.
Inkscape should work.
Yeah, Inkscape, I can burn everything on the SD card, throw it in a printer, and then it doesn't do anything. So it's trying to work the bugs out.
You create the G-code file?
Yeah. So I'm just trying different things so I can get it figured out and figure out what works so I can do the video. So let's see.
The one that I have that comes with the built-in laser, eCube Maker, they have their own slicer that does the laser. So you might I don't know if it'll work for you, but if you check out the eCube Maker's website, you can actually make a G-code file from there. What else? Lightburn should work.
Yeah, Lightburn, it has a mini Gerbil, and you can pick Marlin, and it ain't working properly. So, anyway,
what's happening with it?
I don't remember because I've tried 3 different programs today, and I'm forgetful. And I'll have to go next time. I need to write down what program did what because I really don't remember which one did what.
A good resin that's low odor.
Srytech or Elegoo.
Yeah.
I prefer Srytech. I used to buy Elegoo originally, and then they jacked up their prices because it's like, here, everybody get a deal, and we're going to hook you in. Then when you like it, we're going to jack the price up. So then I went to Srytech, and I love it. It's very low odor. But when you first take the cover off after something's been printing all night, the very second you take it off, you can usually smell it, but it doesn't knock you down. But some resins are really bad. And the bigger the vat, the more the odor, but it is real low. So.
I put my resin printer in my garage and I let it print out there. That way I didn't have no odor in the house. So I only print during spring, late spring, summer, and fall.
I have a Winix air filter I keep on the floor, and when I'm printing with all 3 of them or the 2 big ones, I can kind of notice it when I'm sitting right here about 25 feet from it, but it's not strong, but I can notice it.
Yeah, I've printed with an air filter right beside the printer, and I could still smell it in the house.
Yeah.
So that's why I just stick it in the garage, and I don't do resin prints in winter. And it just happened that these guys reached out to me and I talking about doing this resin test, and I use most of the container on that hand, but it works out, right? And it's a functional part which I prefer to do. So I really like this hen. I'm sorry. It really works well. It is kind of cool. And because they're all joined, Jerry, you can only have one finger sticking up. So but everything's plugged together. And the only metal in the whole thing is these screws for tensioning. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if you got a bit creative, you can bypass that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just put the resin printer on the wife's side of the bed.
Wife's side of the bed. Yeah.
No, we have an agreement that it'll go in the garage if I'm ever doing resin.
Chris, Travis, do you have cats in the house?
See if he answers. Why? Oh, the resin?
Well, I'm going to say which smells worse, the resin printer or the cat's litter box. So resin's not nearly as bad as the litter box. So.
Oh, but with the modern stuff for litter boxes, you don't even smell it anyway, really.
When I used to have a little dog years ago when I had a cat. I don't have a cat now, but I kept the litter box in a small closet in the hallway. Yeah, only one dog. Okay. I'd have to put the litter box in the closet and put a wedge on the door so the little dog couldn't get in there and clean it out every day.
Well, but the modern stuff now absorbs all that odor. Most of it.
Yeah.
They don't stink as bad as they used to.
Yeah. Dogs running around living everywhere. Dogs eating Pop Rock. It's like, no, it's kitty litter. Chocolate covered. Whatever. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So.
Yes, I do. Ooh.
And then people let their dogs lick their face. I'm thinking, why do you let your dog lick their face? Dogs eat poop.
I have to make a clip. There. I need to make a clip for my hutch so I can hang my phone on it. Need to close the closet first.
Get rid of the printer, get rid of my microwave. That means you learn to cook with a pan and a pot.
If I did resin or CO2, they'd definitely be in the garage.
Yeah, that's where I keep mine.
Yeah, mine are both inside since I closed my patio.
So Chris wants to know which type of Srytech.
Srytech Fast Gray, or they're clear. The clear is cheaper on Amazon right now than the gray by like $6-7. So I've been buying the clear. It's harder to show off the prints until you prime them. But the clear is cheaper at the moment. At least it was. They had it on sale for a while.
At least in here, I can get the chat back.
There's no such thing as being a former chef. You always end up cooking.
Yeah, I got Chef Mike in the kitchen right now, but he ain't doing nothing.
Chef Mike?
Chef Microwave. We're down on Gordon Ramsay years ago. The guy's like, we got Chef Mike in the kitchen. He goes, Chef Mike? He goes, yeah, the microwave. So Ramsay went and threw it out the window. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen him do stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, every kitchen needs a microwave, but only for certain things. You don't reheat all the food in it, but certain things you need a microwave.
Well, when you have a family and kids around, a microwave.
Well, at home, yes. I mean, in a restaurant. In a restaurant. And a must-have for everybody is a air fryer. Air fryers are awesome. They will save so much time from throwing stuff in the oven. If you get a big enough air fryer, they're great for everything.
We use the oven a lot.
Air fryer. You have an air fryer?
No, but it wouldn't for 4 people. It wouldn't fit in an air fryer.
Get a bigger one. But air fryers are cool. You would like them for French fries, onion rings. There's so many things you can do. Yeah, I got a big crock pot and I got a pressure cooker and grills out back.
Hey, check out the wife's channel. She's got a few meals posted.
Yeah, I do. We do a lot of crock pot. We have we have pressure cookers. We have all of that kind of stuff that we use on a regular basis.
I got a modern day pressure cooker, not the old kind you put on the stove. It's electric.
No, we have the modern ones.
Yeah.
We actually use it. We make soups in it. We use everything in it. And then slow cookers, which are great for chilies and so on, fantastic for chili or anything like that. A slow cooker, or if you're doing pulled pork or anything like that, a slow cooker is fantastic for that.
Yeah, I do all the cooking and the cleaning, the dishes. I take food to my wife usually. My wife, if she wants to help cook, she goes, hey, let's make this. She'll sit in here in this other chair. She looks in the cookbook and tells me what the ingredients to use. That's how my wife helps.
So it saves you having to go over and back between the two.
Anyway, so when I make wisecracks about my wife, if you lived here and knew me, you'd understand why I do what I do.
I'm not going to get into that conversation.
That's why I call her my roommate.
She's not on chat, so but I won't get involved in that conversation because I get in trouble with her too.
She says, I do a lot around here. You just don't ever see it. Okay, show me something. Point to one thing.
Marital bliss, huh?
When it's Christmas time and she wants to decorate the tree, I put up the tree and I put the lights on it. She does the ornaments. That's her part.
That sounds like us.
Yeah, and then the living room, she'll dust the living room once a year at Christmas time to put up ornaments, and anyway.
Well, my dad used to say when my parents were alive, my dad used to always say at their anniversary, they were married like 30 years or 40 years, and my dad would always say, yeah, 40 years of blisters, no bliss.
Yeah, see, Sergio has an Emerald Lagasse air fryer. So that's awesome. I have an Emerald Lagasse deep fryer that I don't use, but you can everything you normally deep fry, you can put in an air fryer, and wham, bam, it's done. So it does great.
You're banned from the kitchen. That's bad. No, I've never. But my father was, and my mom was always joking with him. My mom's response to my dad saying, "Years of blisters, no bliss." Her answer always was, "You still don't know how good you've got it." That was always her response.
Something really sad. My brother lives in Prump, Nevada by himself. He just turned 65 a couple days ago. He has a microwave, a stove he's never used, and he does not know how to cook. That really sucks. He don't cook, he don't bake, he never has, doesn't know how.
Oh, I love to bake.
I do that too. I had over 100 cookbooks. Now I got 50. I rarely look at them, but I like to, throw stuff together, make things.
Yeah, no, I like baking.
I can burn water.
Sorry?
I can burn water. Does that count?
Yeah.
When my sister was a teenager, she burned a boiled egg.
That's why
in the pan and exploded and stuck to the ceiling in the kitchen.
I'm 70 pounds overweight right now since I had all my surgeries a couple of years ago because I like to shove food in my mouth and bake cookies and crap, and I've gained 70 pounds over what I was right when I got out of the hospital.
Oh, I'm not sure how much I am over, but I'm over where I should be. But I'm not badly over, but I'm over enough. But I cook, no problem. I prefer baking. I like I like scones. I like doing scones because they're great for breakfast. Buttermilk scones or jelly rolls. I make jelly rolls. They're very easy to make, and they're really tasty. I do all this kind of stuff. I prefer baking more than I do um, cooking meals, but I'll do meal, no problem.
For
But I
dinner,
prefer the baking
for
side.
dinner, we're having steak fingers. I go and get cube steak. My wife cuts it up. She does that, and I marinate it for however many hours and put other spices in with the cube steak. And then we batter them up in egg and flour or panko, and then I fry them in oil. And then basically, it's like a chicken fried steak, but they're fingers.
What's panko?
Panko bread crumbs,
Okay.
or just flour. So it's basically a chicken fried steak, like 6 of them cut up in like chunks or little pieces, and
That sounds good.
their finger food for, whatever. And then I'll make, instead of real potatoes, I'll make instant because they're quicker and easier. And I throw in garlic and cheese and sour cream and stuff in it. And then have probably green beans to go with it, French cut. I don't like wax beans. I hate them, but I like French cut. Or if not green beans, then we'll have what are those little green things that are in the freezer? Little cabbages, Brussels sprouts. Yeah, and then on Brussels sprouts, we nuke them in the microwave. They're microwavable. Dump in a little bit of vinegar. Let's see, vinegar, cheese, and Parmesan cheese. And they're really good.
Wow.
Mr. Petzl, how you doing, Dave?
I actually like to bake sprouts with a bit of oil and some balsamic vinegar, and you bake it. It actually comes out really good.
Yeah, Dave has an induction oven. Well, of course you do, David. You own a restaurant, so you have that kind of stuff at home too. Yeah.
Dave, come in and join the conversation.
Dave hasn't been around like a month. He's been out and missing in action.
I know, yeah. So since you're here, you better come in and join. The link is at the top of chat. There's a pinned link at the top of chat. Yeah, I've never heard of panko, and I've been to Japan and I've never heard of panko.
You go to the store, panko breadcrumbs, what they're called. They got plain and seasoned. Don't ever buy the plain; they're terrible. Buy seasoned.
Paxo breadcrumbs. Never use panko. Maybe it's just me. Okay.
Ike would know all about them. Where's Ike at?
Yeah, Dave, come in and join the link. Join the chat. The link's on the top. If you don't, it should be at the very top of chat. There should be a pinned link. Come in and join us. We can watch you folding napkins and wrapping cutlery in the restaurant. If that's what you're doing. Yeah, Dave actually has 2 restaurants side by side. In one, I think they're in the same building, correct? One's an Irish bar with a kitchen, and the other side is a high-end restaurant.
Oh, that Dave. I just saw his message pop up in chat.
Yeah.
I think my chat's dying on me. I haven't seen any messages in a while.
Oh. Well, I post them up here on screen anyway, so.
No, I've got chat popped out in the browser on the PC, but it froze after Dave mentioned his convection oven.
Yeah, I have convection ovens. An oven. I use a microwave to warm stuff up that's already been cooked. I never cook in it ever. We use a lot of the oven. We do a lot of the stovetop. We use, as I said, we use we have variety of different skillets for different things, Dutch ovens and all this kind of stuff if you're baking stuff for a long time in the oven. So we do all of that kind of stuff. My wife's a good cook. I can cook. She's a good cook. And she's really good at doing. And when it comes to baking, she's really good at breads. My son prefers her bread over anything that we buy in. So when she bakes, and she often does it 2 or 3 loaves in a week, she might.
Homemade's usually better than store-bought.
Yeah. And what she does is when she makes the bread, she adds protein powder to it. So it's actually healthier for you as well. And then for
dessert, you have a bowl of ice cream, you kill the whole concept, right?
Sorry?
And then I said, then for dessert, you have ice cream and you kill the whole healthy part of it.
I don't eat that much dessert. Like for me, a dessert for me is a simple thing. Like if I went out to a restaurant, ice cream would be a dessert for me. If I go to a Mexican restaurant, sopapilla would be a dessert for me. Something light. I'm not a huge dessert person. I'm not a chocolate cake type of person.
I
can
never
bake
have
it,
room
sure.
for it.
I never either. Yeah, when I go out to eat, I never get dessert. I don't have room for it.
Yeah,
The
neither do I,
appetizer
but-
and the main dish are enough to stuff me.
yeah, I'm the same as well. But I find I'm not into chocolate cakes. I don't like sponge cakes really. I'll do the jelly rolls because I baked it, and I know so, and I eat that, and I don't eat a small bit of it. I like what most people hate. I like fruitcakes, and a lot of people don't like fruitcake, and that's the one thing I really like. I like fruitcake, and I make my own. With
Don't those
I
things
don't-
have a
I make
10-year
it, I
shelf
use
life?
Guinness. Sorry.
Don't those things have a 10-year shelf life?
Well,
No.
how come my wife's been here 11 already? Thank you for throwing that out there. I had a good comeback.
Oh, we gave him fuel for the fire.
That's how my mind works. So
I know. Fruitcake is I think. Well, I do Guinness cake, right? So normal fruitcake's got a light batter in it, a light colored batter. Instead of using some other liquid, I use Guinness as the liquid. And then and especially around Christmas, you make it for Christmas. And what you do is you make it about 6 or 8 weeks in advance. One for you and two for me. All right, Jerry. Well, you make it about 6 weeks or 8 weeks in advance, a fruitcake, and then each day, right, you wrap it up in foil, and each day you take it out, a teaspoon of whiskey on it, wrap it, and put it away again. Because fruitcakes are normally very dry. But what you do is you put the whiskey into it each day, and the whiskey the alcohol evaporates out of it, but the flavor goes into the bread, into the cake. So when you cut it then at Christmas time, it's to die for. It's moist. And you get all this whiskey, like seasonal stuff, like flavors for the time of the year. Or you can take all of your fruit in advance and actually store all of your fruit in a container soaked in whiskey or brandy and
Marinate it
before you bake them.
Dominic says in Vietnam they got fruitcake in their sea rations. In World War II, the Germans got crack or Coke or whatever in their rations. So they go.
Well, fruitcake I like fruitcake, really do. What I don't like is that it's like when I was in the military, when you get to their sea rations, they give you these tiny little wafer thin biscuits, and you eat one, and the thing expands in your stomach. It's like eating 10 of them. You know, the way they make them, they're compressed. They're compressed when they're baked, and then you eat them afterwards, and then they expand in your stomach. They're tasty the first time you try them, but then after that, you find out that you're bloated the whole day after eating 2 or 3 of them. But fruitcake is good. That's my favorite. And most people in the US don't like fruitcake. A lot of people here don't like it. A lot of people here prefer.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was meth or Coke or whatever it was, but it really amped them up so they'd want to go strong, and not stop. I don't remember what the drug was.
I'm partial to carrot cake and key lime pie.
Oh, I do carrot cakes. I do. Actually, my wife does a better carrot cake than I do. I haven't done key lime pie. I do cheesecakes.
I love German chocolate cake.
German's what?
German chocolate cake.
Oh yes, yeah. I don't like chocolate cake at all.
Do you like Reese's?
Cake down in the freezer.
No, I can't stand Reese's.
You can't stand Reese's?
I hate
well, I'm
peanut
out of
butter.
here.
I can't. I hate peanut butter.
Oh.
I think peanut butter.
We can agree on that.
I had peanut butter for breakfast. I got 3 pieces of toast. I put butter on it, peanut butter, then a little skim coating of Miracle Whip, and I eat it open face. I eat it almost every day. I love peanut butter. And before I lost all of my teeth, I loved the peanuts with peanut butter with nuts in it. Now I buy the Smooth, and I've hated Smooth my whole life. But since I can't chew the nuts anymore, I got to buy Smooth.
Well, I don't like peanut butter. The only thing I like peanuts on I like peanuts. I don't like peanut butter. When
you only like some nuts, right? Not all nuts.
Sorry.
You only like certain kinds of nuts, right?
Yeah, so you're here,
So
right?
he's letting us hang out with him, so it can't be too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, banana bread. I love banana bread with walnuts in it.
Yeah, I love banana bread. We do a lot of banana bread here, but I like.
Butter, yum.
Did you ever try satay?
Never heard of it.
Satay is it's chicken, or it can be other meats, but it's often chicken, and it's you actually coat it when it's cooked. You grill it and you cover it with a peanut sauce, and slightly spiced peanut sauce. It's really good. It's a Malaysian dish, and it's fantastic. We do we make our own satay here, and we make our own peanut sauce for it, and that's the only time
You need to go to YouTube and put a hashtag food, hashtag cooking, and throw that in there under this video.
Yeah, there's a lot of time. We're doing a lot of talk about food here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, banana bread with walnuts is fine with it, but no, for me, no chocolate.
I've never had chocolate chips and banana bread.
Yeah, never heard. Like, I don't even like pancakes.
I love French toast. I've never cared for pancakes. Love French toast though.
Yeah, I don't like French toast.
Real
I'd
eggy,
rather a
crispy.
plain slice
You know,
of
cook
toast.
them in oil.
No, I'd rather a plain slice of toast. That's my breakfast for me.
The really eggy French toast, cook in grease, where it's kind of almost crunchy. Pour some syrup on it. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of what's deemed the American style breakfast is not for me. I like fried breakfast, but like for me, a fried breakfast is it'd be bacon, like Canadian style bacon, right? Not the American bacon, because the American bacon there's no real meat on it. So Canadian style bacon, sausages. We have a thing called pudding in Ireland, but you wouldn't. I don't know if you'd like to eat it. But we would eat it. It's actually made up of. It's like a sausage you slice and you fry, but it's made up of congealed pig's blood with fat. And actually,
Yeah, I've seen Ramsay talk about it and seen it in different shows.
It's so good. It is so good. When you fry it, it's fantastic. Let's see here. Honey cornbread. Never tried it.
Powdered cayenne pepper on pancakes. Never tried
Creme
that.
brulee is good. What did you say, Jerry?
No, I'm reading Dominic's comment that he just popped up on screen. I've never heard of cayenne pepper on
Cayenne
pancakes.
pepper. Nah, I'm not a
I put
pancake.
cayenne pepper in my deviled eggs. I make deviled eggs every year for the holidays for everybody. And you can't really taste the cayenne, but I shake them just enough. It gives a little extra kick.
I've used cayenne pepper chocolate is good. Have you ever tried that? Chocolate with chili is a good
Not
mix.
sure. Yeah, well, with chili, I put cayenne in it.
How much?
Honey on cornbread, yeah. I like Marie Callender's cornbread. I used to eat that a lot.
Bacon, eggs, and toast.
I love biscuits and gravy.
Not biscuits and gravy. That's alien. It's alien food to me. I'm sorry.
I love biscuits and gravy.
I tried it once. With
Biscuit and
meat
jelly, not
gravy.
gravy.
I wasn't.
To shortcut it, I go buy Grand's biscuits at Walmart, and then I make the homemade gravy and pour it all over it. And if I save all my old oil in the freezer, and if I know what I cooked the last couple of times, I can scoop some of that out to make with it. The last time I made biscuits and gravy, I didn't have any oil in the freezer, so I just used regular oil, and I was trying to spice up the flavor, but
Okay.
get some oil, throw some flour in it, brown it up, add a lot of milk, butter, salt, pepper.
Question: why do you put oil in the freezer?
I freeze it, and then once it gets full in a coffee can, I put it in a bag, throw it in a garbage day, and get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
My mom used to
now
use
that
coffee
makes
cups, and I just use a big container that coffee comes in, the big, great big plastic ones.
Yeah.
And every time I got old cooking oil, I'm not going to dump it down the sink. I just dump it in that, throw it in the freezer. Then when it gets full, tie it up in a bag, put it in the garbage.
Yeah. As I listening to what's involved in some of these. Yeah, I can actually hear. I can feel my arteries thickening as it goes.
But if you're going to make country gravy or something, you need oil, and if you have leftover oil from whatever you cooked in a skillet, it'll work.
Yeah. Well. Oh, my lights just went out. 1 second, guys. Someone must be playing with the timer.
Yeah, sausage grease gravy is good. Yeah.
Oops.
Someone was playing with the.
Cook up your eggs, your sausage, take out the sausage, dump and throw some flour in it, brown it, add some milk, butter, salt, pepper, let it thicken as it cools it, or let it thicken, and then bring it to a simmer. Well, you know how to make it, so and then you're good to go.
I can feel the pain settling into the left side of my.
It doesn't matter. You only live once. You could walk outside and get hit. I mean, a tree could fall on your house. One of the rockets, a satellite could fall on you. I mean, anything could happen. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah.
Point of view, Jerry. A tree could fall in your house.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. Look at that. There was a guy who got killed by a wheel off of an airplane one time. There's not a cloud in the sky, nothing anywhere. And here comes part of an airplane that killed him years ago. So you never know.
Yeah, as my former boss would say, I could what if an asteroid hits the station too.
Yeah.
The chances of anything like that happening are absolutely. You get more chance of getting injured in your car than you do of anything like that happening.
Well, I mean, it's just when the people were being absurd trying to come up with scenarios of things that could happen. He'd just say, yeah, I could what if an asteroid hits the station. Plan a contingency for that.
Date of Southern Girl, you'll die young.
And if an asteroid was ever big enough that was going to hit Earth and wipe out life, we would not know about it. It wouldn't be on TV. There'd be so much mass chaos. It would be kept hush-hush as long as they could possibly keep it quiet.
I remember that doesn't. Well, I don't agree with that statement. And here's why.
Too many people would have to be kept quiet.
Well, not only that, not only it is different nations would be involved who would find this, right? But you have so many members of the public, people like me, nerds like me, out there with telescopes imaging the night sky all the time.
And they go, wow, the stars are missing right there in that area that big. I see no stars. What is that?
We see it as a tiny little dot moving, and we would track it from there.
Yeah, it shows up as a streak in their timed exposures.
Yeah, well, no, not even that. Even if I take a photograph of the night sky, I'll do what's called plate solving on that image. And plate solving is basically comparing that image of the night sky with known stars in there to known charts of the night sky.
Yeah,
of what is out there. And that's called plate solving. It's called plate solving because in the old days, they take a photograph and put it on a glass plate over the space of a few nights, and they'd lay one plate on top of the other and compare them to see if anything has shifted. That means they found something moving, right?
The blink comparator is a term that comes to mind. Is that off base?
That's with the glass plates, yeah. So that's the term plate solving kind of came out of that.
Yeah, first time I saw one of those was when worlds collide.
Yeah, so we have to bring this up when we're talking this one. So
you're late.
So there's far more amateurs out there looking at the night sky than there are professionals. So if something's going to be found, we'll see it. Somebody is going to see it. Like a lot more amateurs find supernovas and novas of dying stars before the professionals find them and get their name associated with it. What happened? One guy.
Yeah, economy of scale too. With that many eyes looking at it.
Yeah, there's so many people looking at the night sky and imaging the night sky. We're going to see stuff. We're going to see it move. We're going to see something. The only way we can see something coming, and nobody can, is if it comes from the side of the sun.
When I was a teenager, remember that magazine called The Inquirer?
I've heard of it.
Okay, well, it ain't around no more because of the internet. But yeah, some amateur person found a running Chevy truck on the moon too, and that was on the cover of The Inquirer years ago.
And you believe The Inquirer?
No, I mean, it was a bullshit magazine that was put out, but a lot of people believe what they read, just like a lot of people believe everything that's on TV, depending on the station. So.
Yeah, so the chances of something like that being kept quiet, unless it comes from the side of the sun, is like the one that hit in Russia a couple of years back that exploded in over Russia. That came from the side of the sun.
Now, if somebody gets on TV and says, "I've seen a Tesla in my telescope," I might believe them because there is one up there floating around somewhere.
It'll take a big telescope to see it, though.
You'd only see a dot moving. Even if you do see it, it's only a dot moving. It looked like an asteroid. That's all it is. It's a tiny little bright dot.
Mm-hmm.
I tracked it for a while after launch.
Show off.
But it was easy to see, right? Because it was bright. And then that's misrepresented represented information. Quite a few close calls. Astronomically close call is 500,000 miles away, right? We get hit by 100 ton of meteors every single day come into our atmosphere. 100 ton of material,
And they burn up, yeah.
Yeah, just
Burns up
tiny
in our
dust particles and little bitty rocks.
everything size of dust all the way up to the size of a pebble, right? Comes in every single day, 100 ton. So there's so
This
much
isn't the Expanse, Chris.
Now we're entering the world of science fiction.
No, you never know. Everything
You're going to have a new
a lot of
banner.
things used to be science fiction or science fact, so everything is just a matter of time.
Well,
Yeah.
There's the old saying that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah.
Correct. Like if we went back and we had a cell phone and we went back 100 years, they'd think you were in league with the devil, right?
Yeah, you'd be killed for it or something.
So, like,
Especially in the 1600s.
if you went back 500, if you went back 1,000 years ago and you had a wheel, again, you were in league with the devil because you invented a wheel, right? So come on, it's all based on perspective. I agree with you, but it's going backwards. Everything looks amazing to people who've never seen it before. Like, just remember the way people reacted when the very first iPhone came out and they showed it up on stage, and people thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Right? Today, if you brought that phone out today, and it was only 15 years ago, they'd laugh at you.
What was the name of that movie? I want to say Time After Time. I can't, but that's not it. Where the aircraft carrier went back to 1942, went back in time, and technically it could have stopped the World War.
Was it the Poseidon? No, it wasn't the Poseidon Adventure. What was it?
No, not that one. That's where the ship capsized. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, and I remember most of the movie, but I cannot think of the names.
And then the one guy stayed in the past when they went back to the future. He was an old man, and he had lived his whole life and was wealthy because he knew where to invest, how to invest, and had a successful life. Great movie, though.
Yeah, I remember that. It's not. I don't think it's Final Countdown. That's a song.
I can't remember.
It might be Final Countdown. I can't remember. But yeah, great movie.
I know the movie. I saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, if you want to come in, link is up there at the top of chat, is pinned. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and ding that bell while you're out there. I probably will have a live unboxing Saturday morning of another IDEX printer. Of the 10-log D3 IDEX. It's supposed to be arriving Friday, from what I've
I'll
seen.
see if I can look it up real quick. It's going to bug me until I do.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
You'll probably find it quicker than I do if you're looking for it. But
the movie?
I think it is the Final Countdown.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't think I've seen it.
I just saw a screenshot on IMDb, so I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, 1980 Final Countdown.
Now I have to go look it up because it sounds like an interesting movie.
Oh, I'll do you one better.
You are correct. They would burn you at the stake, especially if you came from Salem. But yeah, so it's weird. It's all about perspective. I agree. So a close call to us would be a real close call.
Between the satellite and the Earth is a close call, and that happened recently.
And that happens regularly.
Yeah.
Did that link come through? I can't tell if I have a ring.
And do you know what actually happens? It comes in, and then as it passes Earth, instead of going straight by, it actually curves a little because of Earth's gravity. And it changes
gravity well, yeah.
and it'll never
Yeah.
ever come back again.
Hey, Shane, how you doing?
Hey, Liam, did that link post? I can't tell from here.
No, but if you stick it into private chat for me, Philadelphia experiment, that I know. If you stick it
Yeah, I
in private
remember that
chat, I'll
one.
post it for you.
Yeah, I can't do private chat from the PC since I'm on the phone.
Philadelphia experiment. I think that was time travel, and there are people reappearing inside the ship.
Yeah,
they
they were
went back
melted into the
and came
bulkhead.
forward again.
Yeah, I
They
think
went back
that's
to
based on a true story, something that really happened.
Yeah, they did 2 movies.
Yeah, Philadelphia experiment. They went back to just before Pearl Harbor, I believe it was, if I remember correctly.
Well, that was Final Countdown. They had them on the radar, and they had to turn around because the vortex appeared again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, those what they people call close calls is really nothing. Like I've imaged them, I've watched them on my telescope as they fly by, and all they are is a little dot in the sky, and it goes on by, and then it's gone. You know, they're not really close.
I can't even type.
You watch it. I can. I think I might have seen it once. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I may have.
Okay.
Well, I need to get
Apparently-
going. I gotta go cook dinner here in a minute, and that's
All
some
right.
stuff to do. But sorry, I can't stay longer. But I popped in for a few, so.
Well, thank you for joining.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
Have a
I'll
good
see
one,
you
Jerry.
on
Thank
Friday.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brave does not like displaying the chat window.
So, guys, if you want to come in and chat, the link is there at the top of your YouTube. It's a pinned link. Click on the link. Make sure you mute your YouTube before you click on the link to come in and join us, so we don't get audio feedback. You're more worried about zombies or Godzilla? Well, if teens keep staring at computer games and doing nothing else but staring at computer games, they'll turn into zombies. So that's going to happen. Godzilla, well, I don't know about that one. To happen. Hey, troublemaker.
What's
Crap,
up?
my screen froze.
How are you?
Just freaking peachy.
Your audio is really low.
Is it? Is that better?
Yeah. Let me see what I can do on this side.
Well, let me see what it is on mine. No, it's all normal. I might have it. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Let it automatically set it. Because
Okay.
I might have it down on my actual computer.
I have zombies covered. Zilla is another issue.
It's pretty much maxed out. That should be all right.
It's okay. Oh, we lost you.
We lost old curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Mudgeon of the Cure.
Oh, it froze. He's froze. He might join back in.
Oh, he said that just as I got here. I think it was just because I showed up and he hates my guts.
No, Sergio, you have old curmudgeon in here. You have to come in now. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Sergio.
And Amanda, no lurking in the background. Get your butt in here.
Maverick,
So
I need to
my
talk
nerd
to
alert banner. So
I need to find out how much it's going to cost me to get him from Philadelphia to Connecticut with a mini split and install it in my garage.
I mean, you saw your what?
If I put this, I bought a CNC. My brother bought.
Oh, okay.
A really freaking big one, like a really, really big one that's going out in my garage. And I was planning on putting it upstairs of the garage, which I was videoing from last night, blah, blah, blah. The thing I found out in the last 2 days is without insulation, the upstairs of that garage, it was like 55, 60 degrees out today. It was closer to 90 in that garage.
Oh, yeah. Well, the heat rises.
Yeah, well, and it's an all cathedral roof line. The whole upstairs is inside the roof. So it's just freaking beaming heat off the roof.
Yeah. Well, it's not only that though, but it's the heat coming in through the windows downstairs, radiating coming up through
There's
the
no
floor
real
as well.
windows downstairs. The downstairs is nice and cool. There's no heat coming up from it. But anyway, so I either got to insulate it upstairs and put heat and air conditioning up there, or I can clean. There's 3 bays. One of them's just full of crap. I could take the crap in the second bay, move it upstairs, put my van in the second bay, which normally sits in the third bay with all my tools. Take that bay, isolate it, and insulate it, which is probably what I'm going to do.
Okay.
The only problem with that is you still have the garage door, which, yes, it's an insulated garage door, but come on, they're like 3/4 of an inch. That's all they are. I mean, yeah, they're solid foam core.
It's actually good to have the CNC there. Unless you have a dust extraction system, you can actually open the door during
I'm going to have a
when
dust
you're using it.
I got to put something in anyways.
Oh,
If I
okay.
put it upstairs, I got to have a dust extraction. If I have it down in the, I got to have dust extraction no matter where it is.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, it's not a big deal. I'm putting a vacuum on it. I'm also going to put like a bathroom fan. I was reading. All you really need for that is like a bathroom fan that runs when you kick the machine on, and it just shoots the air outside.
no, because when you're doing the
My dust collection, I got a vacuum for.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Welcome back. Come on, Jim.
Hey, we'll try it in Chrome browser and see if it works better.
it does work better in Chrome. That's why it's the only thing I use Chrome for is StreamYards.
I love Chrome. I use it for everything.
I don't.
I use Brave for everything, but it is what it is.
So, Pets, where have you been hiding?
I've just had family members dying off just left and right for the
Because
past
of the
2 weeks. Yeah, it sucks.
COVID?
No,
Okay.
no. But complications.
Anyway, but still.
Actually, one of them was complications of COVID. But yeah, my father-in-law passed away almost a month ago, and then one of my uncles passed away 2 weeks ago, and then one of my aunts passed away 4 days ago.
Dang, that's been a rough time of it.
It's been tough, man. Yeah, it has been.
Well, they say bad things happen in threes, don't they?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you
There
got
you
your
go.
3 for the year.
I got my 3 in. How about you guys? What's been going on?
Router.
I have just been busy with work, and then when not busy with work, I've been busy with stuff. I'm getting ready to build and 3D print a full-size droid.
Oh, nice.
I was asked to do some resin testing, and I 3D printed a resin hand that functions, prosthetic hand.
That's pretty freaking cool, dude. That's almost creepy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, it's flipping you off, man.
So it works. It's elastic and string. So, and the only metal parts are the tension bolts along the back here that add attention to the fingers. But
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
The one finger sticking.
yeah, I need to put more PTFE. But I made sure to stick just for Tom.
Yeah, it's sticking the wrong way though. It's supposed to be sticking up, not down.
Yeah, I need to put more dry. I sprayed some of them with dry PTFE lube.
Yeah.
So then they move freely. It's kind of cool. So I'm actually I've done videos done for that. I just have to edit them, and I will get that done in the next day or so and get them out because I have 2 reviews. I have one for that, and then I also did a review for a Mamoru bot. Have you heard of them? It's a build plate, Mamoru bot build plates.
Yeah.
Their V5, their new V5 build plate. They asked me to do a review of it, and you know what? On my longer LK1, I had a glass bed with the build tack surface glued to the top of it. Right, I hate the Build-Tac because it's soft, it melts. I hate it. The nozzle will melt it. So the LK, the only printer I had that this build plate would fit was the LK1. I've now found a replacement bed. I'm never going to put the other one back on again. You print on it when it's hot. It sticks. It's made of compressed fiberglass, and then they coat the top of it with carbon. So when the carbon is hot, stuff sticks to it. But when it gets cold, you can lift it. You can just tap it with your finger and it'll fall off. There's no pulling it or anything like that. It just falls off. It's really good.
Who makes it?
Mamuru bot.
Oh.
Let me show it to you. Let me bring it in.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. Or 2. I don't think I'd make it to 1. I want 2. Oh, he's drinking coffee.
I'm drinking coffee. I saw your video of your dartboard that you found in the. I've got like three dartboards sitting at the restaurant. The coin operated, the full play all the games on it. They're just sitting up on the 3rd floor at the restaurant doing nothing.
Hey, Marlon, how are you?
Those are the rubber.
Yes, tips. Yep.
They're not that's a real.
The plastic tips.
My oldest brother and my middle brother used to live together when I was like 14, 15. Here's the whole deal. I had a full beard at 15. They're both almost 10 years younger than me or older than me. So they used to play on the dart teams in bars and stuff. And they dragged me along. Well, everyone thought I was, back then it was 18 in the 70s and early 80s. It was still 18 for drinking age. I got on these dart teams when I was 15 and 16 years old, playing on dart teams, going to bars every Tuesday night, drinking.
Oh God, I used to love Dart League. We played it twice a week and traveled to all the every bar that was member. It was a blast.
It was more just a social event. You didn't really even care if you won half the time. It was just something to do on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You go to a bar, you go there, you get a little buzzed, and you're home by like 9 o'clock.
Here's a build plate.
Play a round or two.
It's not flexible. It's solid, but it's compressed fiberglass, and then it's carbon infused surface, and it's double sided, so you can use both sides.
Yeah, but that sounds like it's an insulator then, so it doesn't get very hot.
Actually, no. It gets hot easily, and I normally print PLA at 50, 55 degrees. Because of the surface, I do it at 45, and it sticks great.
I'm pissed. I finally put a hole in my PEI sheet today.
Oh, no. Did you?
Yeah.
So you have to stick it in the freezer to get it off?
You vomited.
No, it was TPU. It's old. There was a bubble there, too, because it's like a perfect little round circle.
Oh, man.
I mean, this is literally the very first PEI sheet I ever put on any of these big printers. So it's been sanded like 3 or 4 times. It's been done.
Yeah.
That's probably why it actually ripped, because looking at it, it's only like a 0.5 millimeter thick now. I mean, if you look, that's just a galvanized piece of sheet metal.
The off axis.
That's not even like a real spring seat.
To get the PEI off
it'll stay bent.
To get the PEI off it, they say stick it in the freezer because the glue from the PEI will separate really easy when you stick it in the freezer.
Was that it? I just peel them off and then I hit it with orange clean and it comes right off.
All right, well, I'm saying try it in the freezer.
I'm not even worried about it. Dude, this is like $2 worth of freaking galvanized sheet metal. I can go to Lowe's and buy another. I can get 3 or 4 of these out of one sheet for $10 at Lowe's.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know what that whole
I think it's
about.
20 gauge or 22 gauge, just galvanized sheet metal. It's galvanized. Just regular sheet metal. It's not spring. If I bend it, it'll stay bent.
Yeah, cool. Well,
I'll just buy another sheet and cut it.
That blade has got no flex in it, but it works great. So I've got a good reason now to start using the LK1 again, because I don't have to use that damn Build-Tac surface again, because I hate that thing.
I love BuildTak until you drop a hot nozzle on it.
Yeah, it looks great until
It's all done.
And
Works
the
great.
worst thing is when you home a printer, if it homes on right over the bed,
Yep, it
and then
melted.
you set the print job to heat up, you just burn a hole in your bed.
Yeah. It doesn't even actually have to touch it. I swear. It could be like at homing where you normally, you're
Yep.
like 0.7 above it. If you leave it there for any length of time, there'll
Right.
be a little divot where the nozzle was resting above the freaking BuildTak. It's
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I heat mine at Z+15.
What's the BuildTak surface?
It's like a
What's the
PVC.
composition? A
It's
PVC?
it's the same thing as like the TH3D ones, but it's actually, from what I understand, it's like aerated. It's almost foamy. That's how they get a little bit more texture on it. I don't know. It's, from what I understand, it's polycarbonate,
No, it's not PC. No way.
and it's foamed polycarbonate.
No,
That's
this
what
is
I
not
understand.
this is not foam polycarbonate. This is PVC. It melts at a really low temperature. Like I know this because I had an old
I wonder what
JG Maker art and JG Maker Magic, and that was a BuildTak surface on top of a layer of PVC, and acetone melts it. If
Really?
it's PC, it wouldn't melt with acetone.
Yeah, correct.
I got some
Yeah.
polycarbonate out there.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is actually PVC based.
But anyway, it's too soft and yucky.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it works. It works beautiful. If you're using it and you're having good luck with it, good for you. Great. I had beautiful luck with it until you start homing or trying to set your level, or you got to heat up the nozzle to set your freaking height the first time, and yet you can't do it. And even with a piece of paper in there on BuildTak,
yeah, it'll melt through it.
a hot nozzle on it, it's all over. You got to fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, well, what you have to do is you have to heat above the surface, maybe 10 millimeters or more above the surface, and then when you're doing your leveling and when you're doing your tramming, when the nozzle in the bed is hot, you have to move fast. You can't leave it in any one spot for very long. And even then,
just
BuildTak?
and then
Just
when you
tram
bring
it
back-
cold and then use your Z offset with the nozzle hot.
Yeah, but even then, when you bring it back,
the offset.
but when you bring it back and you can't leave it over the home position if it's on the bed, so you have to bring it up again, and then you have to set your job to print, right? Because you preheat first, right? You set your job to print after tramming, and then what happens? Then it comes down to home, doesn't stay there for less than a second or more, goes off and draws the prime line, and then goes off and prints. Once it's moving, it's fine. But if your job pauses and it's within 3 or 4 layers of the bed, you just burnt the hole in the bed.
Yep. BuildTak is too easy. Again, it works beautiful. I mean, it holds while it's hot, releases when it's cool. I mean, it is the first real.
Let me show it's on BuildTak.
But oh my God, is it so easy to burn a hole in it? I burn holes in I got the polycarbonate that TH3D sells. I probably have a dozen holes in that too.
Yeah.
I haven't burned a hole in mine yet. I've got 3 divots in the old flex mat for my Ender Pro.
Yeah.
And that's all thanks to the Marlin Linear Advance website G-code generator.
I never had a problem with that.
Look at this surface. See the way it's shiny?
Yeah.
Acetone on BuildTak.
You can sand that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It melts it. And that's BuildTak on top of PVC.
Why did you
That's
put
bad.
acetone on BuildTak? Why are you dumping acetone on BuildTak?
I was just testing out the surface because it was an old plate. I have a good plate, a better plate. So I was testing it out.
You can actually just sand that and it'll come back to some extent.
Yeah, no, I just put a different one on. It cost me nothing, so I don't care.
Yeah, well, better, much better answer. Much less sanding. I don't like sanding.
I don't mind sanding, but I wouldn't see a purpose of it. It was, and I had the extra bed, and it was a damaged one. As you can see, there was plastic. If your nozzle is too close to the bed when it's BuildTak, you can't get the plastic. Look at the plastic embedded in that. You see it? You won't get that plastic out. That one.
Yeah, that's the other thing about BuildTak is it doesn't last long.
You need to put a large piece that would actually solid so you can break it off. Because if it's not, and you do a very thin part on BuildTak, and if you're a little bit too close to the bed, bye bed. You'll never get it off.
TPU sticks to it really bad too, where like literally when it releases, it takes a piece of the BuildTak with it.
Yeah,
Doesn't, like,
or the TV will
doesn't rip
tear.
it off the plate. It just takes a layer of build tech with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't like it. What's that?
CNC bits.
Nozzles.
Oh, I have a whole pile of them outside.
CNC bits.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
What sizes are they? Can I see them?
I don't know. It's because everyone's like, "Oh man, you got to buy the Amanas and this and that," and I'm like, "Yep, they're like $200 a piece."
Don't buy cheap stuff
per
till you get
bit.
used to it.
Yeah, and every CNC guy I talk to, I've been talking to Barry. You guys all know RC CNC. That's what he does for a living. He makes like 5, 6, 7 axis CNC machines. That's what he does. And he's like, "Yeah, get the Amanas. Don't fricking use it. Wait until you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Go on Amazon, buy that $20 pack of like 30 frickin' bits.
Because you're going to break them
first."
Are they ball or end
what you're
mills?
doing.
Or did you get ball or flat mills? Is what you have there?
It's a whole kit. There's like 10 up thread, 10 down thread, some ball end, and then some fine, carving ones.
Oh, V bits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you started? Have you used them yet?
I haven't even gotten a machine yet.
Yeah, the machine's still in transit.
Oh, it's Friday.
Gotcha.
Dude, this thing's freaking huge.
So
it has a cutting area of 60 inches by 60 inches.
Oh, that's a nice size.
Yeah, Dave must not be following your Twitter.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not on Twitter.
No,
I don't blame you for that.
I see him on Facebook. See, I'd rather be on Twitter than Facebook. I do Facebook because you can do the groups, and I can follow the groups I want.
Later,
Day to
Serge.
day talking to people. I'd rather have Twitter.
Because you're leaving, you have to come back next time and join the chat.
I thought you had said you were going to come back naked next time at first. No,
Hard pass.
I'd be kicked out of YouTube for that.
I don't want to see old man Sergio all naked and crap. No, that's for his wife to deal with.
I'd be banned from YouTube if I did that. But I get a lot
Actually,
of hits.
sure. I mean, there might be parts of them that are unrecognizable, so they won't know what they're looking at.
Here's the funny part of it.
He's old.
If we did that, I bet you if I did that,
Older.
I would go from my 336 subscribers to well over 1,000 instantly.
Yeah, in like a 24-hour thing.
That'd be funny. No, but so besides dealing with all that, what other stuff are you working on, Dave?
What am I working on? I'm just that big direct drive unit that I've been working on that works with all the different extruders. So it works with the Orbiter, it works with the Titan, it works with the BMG, and it's direct drive, so it's real easy to install, super strong. You don't have to buy the funky ass plates in the back and put the wheels on. You can just use the stock plates, and that's what I'm working on. 3D everything. I've been doing a lot of work for the restaurant, so that's been kind of keeping me busy as well.
You guys open now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like full open?
We're 50. Full. Yeah, we're full open.
You still can only do 50% capacity, though, right?
No, we can do 100% if we want to.
Oh yeah.
So
we're open again, but we went from you have to do the 6 feet and blah 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 and outdoor only if you can, and as of next week, everything is just open. Schools are schools are open again as of last week, which is funny. They went a week.
We just spent $6,000 on new outdoor furniture. We had a bunch of real decent outdoor furniture, and we just bought brand new stuff because we're right on the river, so
Yeah.
our patio overhangs the Iowa
Yeah.
River.
That, that's a value for you, man.
That's definitely a value. Except the smell. If you've ever been around a river, it smells like fish.
Oh, see, is that saltwater?
Oh yeah, I remember working at the hydro plants. Always stinks.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a river right out my house over here. Actually, I got a swamp on that side and a river on it. I don't have any stink.
If the wind comes from the right direction, I bet you do.
Not unless I go out and stomp on the skunk cabbage.
No, I mean it smells like a inland river.
Well, I think your rivers are polluted, man.
No, it's something about the hydro plants. They always smell worse.
Yeah. What?
Oh, that's right. That was a plant, huh?
That was it was a hydroelectric, and then it was a coal fire for a lot of years. So.
And what about you, Jim? What are you working on?
I am looking for copyright-free music so I can finish up some time lapses and get them uploaded.
Oh, there's lots of them on YouTube. Has a whole pile of them on YouTube you can use.
Oh, they're horrible for what I want.
Well, what you look for is
nothing fits the video.
Look for public domain music.
I'm not big on techno, but if you like the techno stuff, and he's actually got some mellow, you can always use Angus's Maker's Muse. You just have to all he wants is you to put his name on it.
Yeah, which I don't mind doing that. I mean, the stuff that I have, they don't require it, but they ask that you do. But
yeah.
I found 6 tracks that are maybe minute and a half, 2 minutes long, and my time lapses are condensed down to 20 minutes.
Repeat them.
Yeah. It just doesn't have the right feel for me, but I have been doing that.
You know what's a really good resource too? SoundCloud.
Yeah.
You can go there, you ask the person, and they'll tell you the same thing. Most of them will be like, "Oh, give me $1 if you're making money. Otherwise, go ahead, use it." Again, just slap my name on it.
That's if you put your name up there, yeah.
Yeah, put a link up.
And if you have that on email from them, then when you email, if you post it on YouTube and they give you a dispute, you just respond.
You can throw that
I
out.
got permission already from the owner. Here is their permission.
Yeah.
And then because I've posted some stuff. Some of the editing software I have has audio built in, and because of that audio that's built in, I've been dinged on YouTube once or twice because of it. And I went back to them and said, "Excuse me, it was in the software, which means I have full ability to use it whenever I want." And they actually took away the copyright thing off me.
Yeah.
So I go, if you think they're wrong, go say it to them, because they actually do respond within 24 hours. They'll say yes or no to you. If you explain the situation where you got it, they'll back off.
Sometimes it's the bots too. The bot just goes through and
sees
it's similar or close enough, and it goes, "Oh, maybe they have a published, pay for copyrighted music that they just edited to hide it a little bit." Because a lot of guys are doing that. They do the whole DJ thing, and they just alter the timing or something a little bit to make it just a little off, so the robots don't sense it.
Yeah, but it is an automatic system that actually triggers that, because the moment you post, it triggers. But when you dispute, it goes to a person.
Right.
You dispute that claim.
Sometimes it can take a week to get an answer.
No, I've had it. I get it within the same
I got
day.
mine in 24 hours too.
Yeah, it's really fast. I've never had problems with it.
Some dude tried to have he put a claim up against, because I was using we did a game night on my stream one time. The whole whatever that stupid game thing is that we all play once.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And
they freaking dinged me. And there was a kid just going around putting copyright strikes on everyone. It was a joke, I guess. Because the minute they claim it, they have to take your stream down immediately.
No, they don't.
You just boot it. Yeah, they do.
No, if someone puts a copyright claim on it, what's normally done is they say you haven't infringed anything, but any monetization that's made on this will go to
Well,
will automatically go to the
yes.
owner.
This was a video, so because it was the game, and they're saying they have a copyright on the game, so they have to take the video down.
Oh,
So you dispute it because it's a visual, not an audio,
yeah.
and it's not for profit. It's just you're not supposed to be. But it's that. What the hell's that game we all play? That
I
can't remember the name of it.
I remember watching it when you guys were playing it.
Yeah.
I'm not a gamer, so I don't know.
Well,
it's like a space game where you
no.
around
This is a word gamey kind of subject thing, and it's a joke. What the hell is it? Something TV, jukebox or Jackbox TV. That's what it is.
Yeah, Jackbox.
Don't know.
It's a whole load of games. There's like 8 or 10 different games with each category, and then there's like 12 or 13 categories. But anyway, it's actually fun once in a while. I mean, it gets stupid when you play it a lot, but every once in a while, it's just mindless, stupid fun to play.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer, so I'm not. I don't know most of those games. I've never been into games. For me, when I was growing up, I was into computers, but not the games. I was actually into the hardware. I'd build computers myself. I would upgrade them. I would enhance them. That was my thing.
Cool. Not even 9
But
o'clock.
you stop that crap.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've been up since 4:30. I've been out in the garage all day long cleaning up squirrel poop. Literally all day long.
Why are you spending a day cleaning up squirrel poop? From where?
My garage, where I'm going to be.
Why do you have squirrels in your garage?
Because they're living there. Little bastards.
How are they getting in?
They're flying squirrels. It's a garage, dude. They can freaking crawl under the damn door.
Oh, it's the cute ones.
Yeah, they are cute. I kind of feel bad I got to evict the little bastards. They come out and play with me. If I go out there now and hang out and don't make any noise, they'll come out and run around and freaking like run between my legs and crawl up and stare at me. And they're like, they are cute, man. They got these huge freaking eyes, which I didn't know we had flying squirrels around here. They're like this freaking big too. They're big for a little flying squirrel.
Are they tame enough you can feed them?
No, they're not getting fed. They're getting fucking evicted. Pardon me. They're getting booted. I think they got kidlets is the only reason I haven't booted them already, because I really don't want to be that guy that just, but they're getting evicted. If I find a nest and there's babies in it, I may leave it there and build a box and drop them in the box. So if they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. But they're getting the hell out of my garage. And I wouldn't even care they were in there. I mean, they're, like you said, they're cute. They're like a pet.
But they're messy.
Bob has them as pets.
Bob who?
Bob hangs out with, what the hell's his last name? Can't think of his last name. Hangs out with Warcocky and all them guys.
Hey, Non-Tam, how are you?
He's got 3 of them as pets that, like, just hang out in his house. They got a cage, and they stay in the cage, but he brings them out and pets them, and they're
No,
like
you're shitting me.
having a hamster.
Wow.
They are cute. I mean, they're cute as hell. But
Okay, so
there's
so
poop
here,
and crap and driplets on my windows and my garage. Cleaning the window frames is a nightmare, and it's staining all the wood.
Yeah,
So
they need to go.
have you ever seen black? Have you ever seen black squirrels?
No.
We have apparently the University of Iowa did some biological genetics, and we have tons of solid black squirrels in
Why
town.
would they do that? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It's bizarre as hell.
Why do people do that?
Squirrels are rats.
Yeah, they're mice. They're rodents.
They're rodents.
And all rodents are incontinent.
Yeah, they gotta go. I can't have them in my garage.
Don't you have a cat?
No.
Time to get one for the garage.
Well, I was actually going to get one earlier. I mean, you guys all know Dan had little kittens all over the place. I was literally considering on driving down there and picking up a kitten or two.
Oh, are you leaving those much in?
Yeah, my phone battery's about dead. I got to go plug it
okay.
in. So I'll jump back on the YouTube stream.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you for joining.
See you, curmudgeon.
Take care.
See ya. Oh, Dave, I've got your dual 5015 printed. I just haven't got it installed yet.
Oh, sweet.
So
Let me know how you like it when you get it up.
Yeah, we'll see if it'll cool the speed bench you next time I decide to run one.
Them and them Pet Fang crappy fan ducks.
Oh, listen at him. Shut up, llama. Night, guys.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I need you to make me one now.
Congrats, Non-Fam. Non-Fam finished his final exam in SolidWorks.
I got so much to do. We're no time to do it. I still got to finish wiring some of that crap in the garage. And it was like, oh, I got the whole garage wired. No, I don't. I get the wire run from outlet to outlet. There's no home run back to the circuit box. They're all run. The plugs are in. And
Are you home running each of them individually? Are you running them to a junction?
Well, good thing I'm doing it this way. I originally upstairs, the basement, the first floor with the actual garage is all run. Everything's done. Upstairs, I just ran like a few up there so I could like power tools and stuff. So there's a couple of live outlets here and there, but there's whole banks of outlets and wall switches. And I mean, I had that thing all set. It has a kitchen and it's all there. I mean, it's not there, but wiring wise, it's all there. It's all
in the garage.
Huh?
In the second story of your garage.
Yeah, well, he was going to live there at one point.
You haven't seen the video, have you? My garage is bigger than my house. I had to like get all kinds of variances to get it. My house is 22 by 34. My garage is 24 by 44. It's a huge freaking garage.
So what you should do is move into the garage and then turn a house into your garage.
Yeah, no, I can't, or I would. I actually thought about that. The only problem is the way I enter, because it's a walk-in basement. And I could easily cut out the doorway, because there's like a door and a double window, so I could easily cut that tooth out and make it so I could drive in. Problem is the septic's right there. You'd literally be driving on top of the septic.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's not a good idea. It's not a reinforced septic.
Septic is what, over by the garage? It's really close to the garage?
Huh? No, on the house.
Oh,
I actually thought about turning the basement of the house into a garage originally.
Yeah, but the septic shouldn't be that close to your house.
Yeah, it can be.
Isn't there a requirement for it to be something like 100 feet away or something?
No. Not the tank. It's a concrete tank from the 70s. It's not a plastic, crap tank.
Yeah, I thought they had regulations about how far away it had to be from the domicile.
Not only is it a septic for the house, but my mother in the basement originally had a bakery, so she had to put a 1,500 gallon unit in for the bakery instead of your normal 800 gallon. We had to double the size of the tank. It's 3 tanks basically.
The real reason it's that big is because Dave. The real reason it's that big because they realized he was full of crap.
Yeah. I wasn't going to go there.
The leaching field has to be out there. That must be what you're thinking of. The leaching field has to go out. It's like 100 feet out the backside of the house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
No. Some areas like here in Iowa, your main tanks can't be within 50 feet of the house.
Yeah. Same here.
So it's just
depends on your soil drainage, but
yeah,
you have to have so much soil drainage away that you can drain it away from the house. This is a sand pit. You dump water on the ground and it's gone in like 10 seconds. I can pour a gallon of water on the ground, get a big old puddle, and you'll just watch it go into the ground. It's all sand here.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
we're all clay. So
that's why you got to be 50 feet away.
Yeah, and the sand is really good as a filtration.
Yep. So they have to put clay. They put gravel. Yeah.
Back into your house.
They set everything into gravel. So
but it still oozes. It's funny. I can't get why these people do this. I'm looking at these engineers when I was building out on Long Island. They're like, oh, there's, we're in a sandy area. We got so much drainage, blah, blah, blah. But the other end of the lots, we were building like 400 houses. Some of it was clay. So they had to like dig out these tubs and put sand in. and they literally just took sand from one house and brought it over to the other. But anyways, they're going on about how it's going to drain and how's it going to drain into the sand? Yeah, you're putting sand there, but you just made a bigger tank is all you did.
Yeah.
It's still clay all around it. The sand's going to fill up.
Unless you drain away from the clay, through the clay area elsewhere, yeah.
Okay, so in large construction outside, like at our restaurant, we were able to put French drains in. Now, French drains are nothing more than an open pipe that goes down to an area that has gravel or has sand.
Yeah.
And then
clean water, you can dump that into any kind of waterway if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they won't allow you. Actually, they won't allow you dump runoff water from rain from a road surface because the oil's in the road.
Yeah, but that's not a road surface. That's got to be certified clean.
It's a patio. It's our patio. Yeah. So
patio you can do drain into a river.
Yeah. Well, so it doesn't drain into the river. It drains into it eventually leaches into the river, but it drains into the French drain.
Yeah, you go 5 gallon drums down there filled with gravel.
So you basically drain it directly into a leaching field.
Yeah, directly into just a real porous environment.
What is it? What is it? 5 gallon drums with the big plastic 5 gallon drums or concrete filled with gravel?
No. This is like a couple dump trucks full of gravel in the ground.
Well, it depends on it. I know some guys who put it in, who had drainage problems by their house, and they put in a French drain, and their French drain was basically they dug out a hole and put in a 5 gallon plastic drum, bored out 4-inch holes all around it, and then when it's down there, they filled it with gravel and
maybe a 55 gallon.
Maybe a 55 gallon.
No. This is only for the drain of one side of the house.
Yeah, you still want a 55 gallon drum.
Oh, yeah.
5 gallon drum, a rainstorm could fill that in like 10 minutes.
It was a 5 gallon. Yeah. It was a 5 gallon is what they put in there, and they were told by the city it's all they needed.
Really? That's weird. They must have drainage under the can then. I've done it.
Sure the overall area is good drainage. They just needed to carry it away from the house.
Because we did it at the state when we had flooding problems by the beach, and we could do that. But we literally took 2 or 3 of them. They actually got a piece of corrugated pipe, but it's a piece of pipe, and you leave the bottom open, and you fill it with stone, and then cover over the top, and that holds like 50 gallons maybe from the gutters and everything, but it still leaches down into the ground fast.
Eventually,
enough.
yeah.
Well, this doesn't say they bored out 3-inch holes in the plastic in the bucket for drainage. They just needed to take it away from the house faster. Is all they needed to do.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised how fast gravel and sand will clean the water. That water is pretty damn clean by the time it comes through.
Gravel, sand, and soil. So you do gravel first, then sand, and then soil and sand. I've done them. I did it as I remember doing it as part of a science experiment in school, and the water comes out the other end is drinkable.
It's just clean.
You can literally like pee in it, and it'll come out clean the other side.
Okay, so we have inside
the space station.
Inside the power plant is all the areas where they had the large coal-fired burners.
Yeah.
And so they had these little waterways that still have water in them, and that basically they were pulling water from the river. They were putting that in the boilers, and then they would push that water back out into the river. So it was just, it would just heat up as steam, push back down, turn the motors and the turbines, and then.
But didn't they distill the steam? They actually had a distillery set up where they actually cool the steam down to throw it back out into the river.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But so all of the infrastructure has been pulled out, but the pits are still there that hold the water, and you can take. We were talking about this one day. If there was ever a nuclear holocaust or something, I could go down into the basement, and it's almost 3 stories down. I mean, it's very, very, very deep. and it's below river level. But I can go down there and pull out a glass of water, and it is crystal clear. And it is river water that's just gone through, tons and tons of gravel, basically gravel and sand, and it's sitting in the basement, just as crystal clear as can be. I thought about taking it to our hydrologist and have it check this.
Bring it to a local college.
And and have them check it just for bacteria, because it would be fun to just figure it out.
See, we aren't even allowed to collect our rainwater. A lot of people around here used to take the gutters and dump it into like old oil tanks and stuff, and use it for like watering your lawn.
Sure,
we get a drought almost every year. Late August, early September, we get a mild drought every year. Everyone makes a big deal about it, but it happens every year. You get a half a dozen idiots that have 50-foot wells that their well dries up. If you drill 100 feet, you got water. We're on the shore. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
anyway,
as long as you're not in all clay, you'll get water.
We're not allowed to do it anymore because some kid was drinking the water out of one of these things, and come to find out they hold like algae and bacterias, and so we're not. It's against the law for me to actually put a storage water from natural falling water in my yard. I can't.
Because they're worried about it leaching into
they're worried about
the water supply.
Yeah. Well, no, they're actually worried about what it is like we all used to put big tanks, 500-gallon tanks in there, dump all our gutters into it, fill it up, whatever fills up, overflows and goes in the field.
Right.
They're not worried about it leaching. They're worried about it. You always put like a garden hose and a hand pump for watering your lawn. Well, kids go up there and drink it. It's a garden hose.
Because it's not.
We had a couple of kids die from it, like, I don't know, 20 years ago or some. I don't know the exact.
That's a Darwin
like
award.
A big thing, and everybody had to go and tear them up and close them off.
It's not potable water is the problem.
Yeah, you can't drink it.
Yeah,
it's really good for the grass though,
and it costs nothing. Yeah,
it only costs you like a lot of people used hand pumps, or a couple of guys got pressurizers where they would pressurize the tank and it would come out like a normal garden hose. But most
they put a pressurizer in it. You run into a sprinkler.
Yeah.
Now, see, we can here in Iowa, they allow us to put 55-gallon drums coming off of our downspouts.
Right.
And
I can put a drum in. I just can't pull the water back out of it.
Well,
I can't use it for reclaim the water, which is stupid.
Which is kind of funny because if you're in Florida,
I can't use that water. My house has got 55-gallon drums underneath every gutter, every downspout, 55-gallon drum, everyone. With a bunch of holes drilled in it and stone. They're probably long rotted. The house was built in the 70s, so they're probably long gone, and they're just like rusty dust in the ground now. But there's a 55-gallon drum-shaped hole full of stone down there, and all my gutters dump into that.
Yeah.
They don't go into my septic. You don't want to flood your septic. A lot of people used to put it in their septic. If you're in the city, you put it in the septic system, and they pump it out. But in a residential like this, you don't want it in your septic. It'll flood it.
And that's the last thing you want to go bad, is flooding your septic, and having it come above ground.
The only
that's not a fun thing.
You can actually flood your septic and to clean it. If you flood your septic with rainwater, it actually helps to clean it. But it pushes more water into the leaching field.
My uncle
basically floods the leaching field out
every spring when you get roadkill. He'd put it into the septic. He'd get one maybe once a year if somebody was dead on the road outside his house because he lived in the country. He'd throw it in his septic tank because the natural bacteria on the roadkill would actually help the septic tank break everything down.
You don't really need to.
I know you don't need to, but
every time that was his thing to make sure with bacteria.
No, to keep it well maintained. Something that was killed on the side of the road out near his house, he'd go pick it up in the spring. He'd grab something in the spring that was hit. There's always something get hit in the road, right? So he'd grab something that's from around there, and he just throw it into his tank every spring.
Yeah.
And it
It's
helped
germaphobe
it
around
accelerated the breakdown of everything in the tank.
Because
I've
around
never
here,
heard of that, but you know that I know that they make I know they make a bacteria that you can add to Riddex in your toilet. So
Yeah.
you just flush it in and it just adds the bacteria into
But this is
it's absolutely pointless. If the only reason you need to add that is if you're one of these germaphobes that uses so much bleach or so much Pine Sol that you're killing the
natural bacteria.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you take a crap or take a pee, you're adding bacteria to your septic tank.
Yeah.
So the only way your septic tank isn't functioning is one, if the
Bleach.
soil around it is polluted to the point where it won't leach anymore. If you're putting more solids in than you are liquids, the soil will clog and you'll have to clean it. But as long as you're, it's like they're doing the whole 1 gallon saving toilet flushers. If you have a well like I do and you're not paying for water, don't use your water savers. The 2 gallon flush cleans your septic system.
I have to say one thing. Nobody in chat has mentioned this. This is a really crappy topic.
But yeah, and that's the other thing. You need enough liquid to push it through your leaching field. There's not enough liquid to bubble up and leach it.
Not just your leaching field, in your just in a regular sewer system.
Yeah.
You need to push that out and get it into the main sewer.
Yeah, you need enough liquid to keep the solids moving.
Did you see they actually deployed the helicopter on Mars already? They haven't flown it, but
yes, I saw that
2 days ago.
Did they do that 2 weeks ago?
No.
Just a few days ago.
They actually dropped it onto the surface, and it's sitting there now on the surface of Mars, and the rover has moved away and left it behind.
Yeah.
So they've actually done that. So what they're going to do is in early next week, they're going to. I think it's next week. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's. No, actually, it might be. Yeah, it is early next week. I think it is what they're scheduling. They're actually going to try and make it fly and see if they can do it.
Holy shit! I just looked at our weather. We're getting massive storm right now. We're at the very top of that huge. I'm getting hail too. That's bizarre.
We're like
thunderstorms.
Gorgeous. It's a little chilly out, but we've had like the best 3 days, and it's supposed to be perfect all the way until like Saturday or Sunday now.
We had 80 degrees today.
And then rain all next week.
Here.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, you gotta love those reds, and aren't those like tornado warnings going on?
Yeah.
Now we had 80 degrees today. And 4 days ago it was cold.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you know what that means, don't you? After it dumps on you, it's coming my way.
Absolutely.
Because I'm west of you.
Yes. No, you're east.
Oh, sorry, I'm east. Yes, I'm east.
I'm east too, but it's going up above me. That I do know.
Well, it probably will. It might brush by me. I'm not sure. It either go. It varies.
I think it's supposed to hit you.
I have to check. I know we have rain coming in the next day or two.
I know you have.
We got rain for Saturday or Sunday.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, everything just went out. Okay,
well, you're still here.
I'm yeah. I'm gonna fly.
All right.
See you guys.
Take care. Yeah, we have rain coming in tomorrow.
I'm about ready for bed.
Yeah, I think I might actually wrap up a little early because it's kind of been quiet. There has been many people coming into chat. Thank you for joining and Dave and all those guys. It makes it interesting. Now on Saturday morning, I probably will be doing a live stream Saturday morning of a live unboxing.
No.
I got another. Why?
Because that's when I'm doing my CNC machine.
What time is that? Is it you doing your CNC?
Pretty much all day long.
Well, come on, you can't do that to me.
Start at 8 in the morning and go until 8 at night. That's going to be an all-day live stream.
Man, you're killing me.
I may not unbox it Saturday because I think I have too much to do before I unbox it that I just won't be able to.
You have to get that area cleaned out, right?
Well, yeah, depending on where I'm going to put it. If it's going upstairs, it's clean. That's what I did today. It's all ready to go. But if I put it downstairs, I got to start all over again because that's where all my tools are. My garage bay is where my van sits and all my tools are. So I got to clean out the bay my mother has all her crap in, which I'll have to bring upstairs at that point and clean it out so I can put my van in it, then go back over to my bay and clean out all my tools and organize them. And because they're all mismatched with my father's stuff after he passed, all his crap went out into my bay. So it's just a total nightmare out there.
Maybe you have to go through it and sort out what to keep and what not to keep.
Here's the problem. There's so much of it, there is no going through it because you can't get to it to go through it. It's like I'm slowly pulling layers of junk out going, I can sell that. Dude, no lie. I've been selling I've actually been keeping Dad's tools if he has the same thing I have. Back in the day, when I'd buy a cool new tool, biscuit joiner. You know what a biscuit joiner is? I'd buy a biscuit joiner. I'd buy two, and I'd give him one. Well, he never used it, half of them. Or if he did, he used it once or twice. So I'm going through his and looking at mine and going, mine are all, job site, beat the snots. His are like freaking brand new. I'm like, I'm going to sell mine. Yeah, I won't make as much money, but I still got a brand new one right here.
Yeah.
Some of these things are 10, 15-year-old, tools that were
good quality
nice back then. They're not cheap crap like they are now.
Yeah.
My Porta-Cable biscuit joiner is like one of the best ones you can buy still to date. And they don't make it anymore. You can't buy it. But Dad's got one that's brand freaking new out there.
That's good.
Well,
but because I
sort through it all.
Yeah, but as I said, I would have the 10 log D3 IDEX printer. So that would, with this one, it means all of the
fucking printers.
What?
Don't you have enough printers?
Well, I'm doing testing and review for companies. So
yeah, well,
so this would be there's 3 printers in the same price bracket and the same size that are IDEX. And once this one arrives, hopefully it arrives Friday as scheduled. If it does, it would mean I have all 3 of the IDEX of the same size and style, and
they're all
price range.
Basically freaking CR10 IDEX.
No. IDEX is not. No,
I know. They're size-wise, they're all that 300.
They're 300 or 3. They're about 300 by 350 or 310 by 400. They're all similar size and price range.
They're all CR10 size.
I'll be able to do a comparison now of all of the IDEX printers for that price range in one go, because they're all out there. So I'm going to do an unboxing and then I'll do a review. And I have the other reviews. I have 2 other reviews to do, and then I will do a head-to-head test of 3 of them to see how they go.
It's so hard to do that. I've been watching that, thinking, maybe I'll get some of these companies to start sending me a printer and do reviews. I got to get my view count up and all that, but whatever. And I'm looking at them and going, by the time you can do a decent review of one, they've like changed it 4 times. Well, it's totally different printer than what you just did the review on.
I'm getting the new Pro version of it, of the D3 Pro. The problem, there's a lot of work goes into doing a review.
I know. That's what I'm saying. To do it proper, you're a couple of months out.
It depends. Like, if you're not like Jerry does a couple of reviews a week sometimes, right? Not printers, but of other stuff. And of resins and all this kind of stuff, right? And
I can sort of see, but to run a printer through its paces and really try it, it takes a couple months. You got to do stuff.
Well, you depend. You can do a lot. You can do a lot in the space of a week or 2, really. Yeah. If you use it,
I wouldn't even be able to get it properly tuned in a week.
Well, I have to say,
I wouldn't be happy with it.
I have to say, Some of them, some printers I get print straight off the bat really good. Some of them require a lot more work. So the ones that require work, yes, I would agree with you. It takes time to tune them. The ones that print great out right off the bat, like when you're paying $600 for a printer, that's what these cost. If you bought one, you expect a decent machine out of it, right? And they are good machines. So most of them do print pretty well at this price range. Straight out of the bat, they print really well. I don't know what this 10 log is going to be like, but the other two I have printed fine straight off the bat.
Really, that's unusual.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
All
gonna
right.
head out because I
I'm going to wrap things up here as well. So thank you for joining.
Cheers.
Take care. Well, if anyone wants the last chance for anyone to come in and join, and if not, we're going to wrap this up tonight. For everybody who did join, thank you all for joining and keeping the conversation going. It was interesting, even though it did take a bit of a turn when we started talking about septic tanks, but it was still interesting. So remember, I'm probably going to have a live stream on Saturday morning if the printer arrives Friday as expected. It might even arrive sooner, hopefully. But if it arrives Friday as expected, I'll put out the stream for Saturday for live unboxing of the 10 log D3 IDEX. And that'll be Saturday morning from about 11 till about 1 or so, depending on how long it takes. And then at some point, we'll do a head-to-head of the 3 IDEX printers of that price range, because this will mean I have all 3 of that price range. So remember, guys, I do the Hangouts every Wednesday, so please come back next week. There probably will be a stream on Saturday, hopefully. And I'll compete against Lama. And other than that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their week. And remember to stay safe, to stay healthy, and stay printing out there, guys. Take care and have a good week.